Your liver can be 80% damaged before you even know about it because you've not been having any pain, you've not noticed any jaundice, you felt that there is no warning. Patients, by the time they come to us to the gastroenterology hospital, their liver is already badly damaged. In this video, I will show you the early warning signs of cirrhosis, signs that your body is already telling you before the liver is badly damaged. I see patients every day in my practice who say they had some of these signs for a long time but ignored them, or they didn't even know that these were the signs of liver disease. Let us dive deep into this topic. What is cirrhosis? Cirrhosis is a permanent damage. It's a scarred liver. Healthy liver tissue gets slowly replaced by scar tissue. Imagine like when you have a cut on your hand, you get scarring once it heals. Similarly, in the liver, there is scarring, what we call as fibrosis. So the more fibrosis happens, there is more irreversibility. So when there is badly scarred liver, it limits the blood flow, stops the liver from doing its job properly. Cirrhosis is not all of a sudden. It develops over many years. There are a variety of reasons. You need not be even drinking alcohol to get cirrhosis. Nowadays, without drinking, people have this fatty liver that is overtaking alcohol as the cause. Even thin people will be shocked to know that they've got serious liver damage, which is permanent, cirrhosis. There can be fatty liver. This may be related to alcohol-related liver disease. You may have had viral infection, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, even without knowing. Your own immune system can attack the liver. You have taken medicines that may have damaged the liver over a period of time. So there are all sorts of reasons for the liver damage. What are the warning signs that one should look out to spot liver damage? The first one is constant tiredness. Occasional tiredness anybody can have, but patients often say, "Doctor, despite sleeping well, despite having had 7 hours of sleep, I feel exhausted." Liver stores energy. When the liver is damaged, it is not doing its detox function, its purification process properly. So you start to get that slow buildup of these toxins leading to this constant tiredness, fatigue. That can be often the first warning sign of liver damage. Secondly, losing appetite, feeling full, food doesn't taste the same. You're just eating for the sake of eating. You have a couple of bites, you feel that I've had enough. Why? There is hormonal imbalance. When there is liver disease, what we call as portal hypertension, there is increased pressure in the veins that supply in the stomach, the food pipe. So there is congestion. You take a little bit of food, you start to feel full because you're not eating much. Naturally, if you don't eat much, you will start to lose weight. Thirdly, itching, generalized itching. Sometimes it can be even on your palms and feet without you noticing any rash on the skin. This is more in the evenings or at night. No creams, no anti-allergy medicines will do the trick of working because this is a liver-related itching. That's because the itching is from these bile salts that accumulate under the skin. It starts to irritate the nerve endings. So it's a very classical sign of what we call as cholestasis, where there is an issue with how the bile, the yellow liquid is circulating, the bile salts accumulate. So the other surprising thing is weight gain without even actually eating properly. So this weight is not fat, not muscle. You're gaining weight because it is fluid. You start to build fluid in the legs, fluid in the belly. As the liver is getting more and more damaged, there is fluid retention in the body. So there is fluid that is leaking in the abdomen, what we call as ascites. Your belly start to get bigger. And if you are gaining weight rapidly, that's not going to be fat or muscle. This will be fluid. So this is a sign that the liver is failing. The fifth one is easy bruising and bleeding. Small injury, you bump into something, you get massive bruise like, wow, I just had a little bang on the door. How come my arm or my leg is so badly bruised? So sometimes you get easy nosebleeds, which can be often difficult to control, or you start brushing your teeth, the gums start to bleed without any major dental issues. Why? Because the liver produces clotting factors. So these clotting factors regulate how thin or thick our blood is. And also in liver disease, one of the most important things to look out for is the platelet count. Your platelet count starts to go down because the spleen, which is here on the left side, starts to get bigger. So what we call as hypersplenism. So it starts to destroy your platelets early. So if you're running a low platelet count and along with that your liver is not producing enough clotting factors, your risk of spontaneously, bruising easily, bleeding can increase significantly. Next is the dark urine and the color of the stool that can change. Urine can look very dark. Some people describe this like as if black tea or like Coca-Cola. That's because as the liver is damaged, the bile circulation can also get affected, which means the liver is struggling. It's not producing enough bile, or sometimes there can be like a blockage, so the bile is not getting through easily. So as the bile is not getting out of the liver properly, you start to notice change in the color of the urine. Some people miss this important finding also, where they get this very redness in the palms, where the palms are looking unusually red. That's because of the buildup of this hormone estrogen. So there is a hormonal imbalance. There is an alteration in the way the blood is circulated. So you start to notice this very unusual red palms, what we call as palmar erythema. It is a warning sign of liver damage, cirrhosis. And one of the most important ones to remember is memory gets affected, sleep disturbance. Sometimes there is a reversal of their sleep pattern. So they want to sleep more in the daytime, and naturally they will be awake at night. So this starts to affect their concentration, not able to focus properly, not able to think through properly, feeling irritable, and not able to complete their day-to-day tasks because they can't stay focused. That's because the liver, as it gets damaged, the toxins, the ammonia starts to affect the brain, what we call as the hepatic encephalopathy. So this needs to be picked up early, because if it is left unnoticed for a longer period of time, patients can go into the semi-comatose mode where they start getting very drowsy. Important question, can cirrhosis, permanent liver damage, be stopped? The simple answer is yes, if we can detect the liver disease early. So the first thing is to ensure those who are drinking alcohol, they should stop completely, because if you already have liver issue, there is no amount of alcohol that is safe. Scarring in the liver cannot be removed, but you can halt the progression of the liver disease. So you can halt going into that permanent damage. Controlling weight, so losing weight, especially the central weight for those who are overweight, controlling sugars for diabetics, controlling blood pressure, cholesterol. This is all very important, because most people with cirrhosis we are going to see in the future will be fatty liver related, not alcohol related. If there is hepatitis B, hepatitis C, we need to treat properly. Nutrition is the most important for the liver to improve. So people should not restrict on what they eat. They should have a very good balanced diet of good amount of protein, carbs, good fats, variety of vegetables and fruits. Keep the salt intake to minimal. Gentle but definitely daily and regular exercise is very important. The most important thing to do is also a regular follow-up with your gastroenterologist, because certain tests, simple blood tests for the liver, a simple ultrasound scan once in 6 months, so that we can monitor the progress. We can't tell everything just by the symptoms and just by looking at you. Sometimes we need simple tests to guide us. So your liver suffers silently, but your body gives you warning. If you're recognizing any of these signs that I mentioned, or if you're in doubt, you should get it checked with your medical gastroenterologist. Please do share this video with others, because liver disease is under-recognized. A lot of people get permanent damage without even knowing. So you can save somebody's life and prevent serious liver damage. Please don't forget to subscribe for digestive health tips from Bangalore Gastro Center Hospitals. Thank you.